Hannah here, Hannah Mindful Mother, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some brilliant techniques to help you feel less stressed. Hey guys! So, stress. Oh my gosh, it's one of the biggest things that's going on in this day and age to make people unhappy, to make them physically unwell, mentally unwell. Stress is really, really bad. And we know that. It can literally cause disease and cause your body to malfunction in a number of ways, and can just make you feel really pretty rubbish on a day-to-day basis. So you don't want to feel stressed. What's the point in stress? There's a point to it only very, very, very occasionally when there's a threat, when there's a real threat. And that isn't very often in life, yet we think it's all the time, and I will show you how. So let's go back to the past. When there really was threats, when we were hunter-gatherers, suddenly there might be a wild animal and we needed to run, we needed to survive. So of course our bodies did everything they could to survive, and they produced these amazing chemicals, adrenaline and then cortisol, to keep us safe. So we could run really fast, so we could fight, so we got that strength we needed, whatever it was. And that was perfect because our bodies do just what is right when we need it. It's just what we should do. But of course, once the threat had gone, the real threat, our bodies returned to homeostasis. Our bodies returned to balance. But now, in this day and age, stress is everywhere. You look at your phone, you've got emails to do, you've got places to go, you've got people to see, you've got appointments to keep, you've got letters coming through the door, you've got bills to pay, you've got to think about this and that and everything, and you've got this meeting you've got to go to, or this concert you've got to do. There's constant stress. And if we're not careful, it really is all the time, and our bodies believe that we are under threat 100% of the time. Now, when that happens, it means that we're producing adrenaline, we're producing cortisol. Now, like I said, in the short term, that was fine, but in the long term, it's really destructive to our bodies and really quite devastating to our bodies. Our bodies can't cope, they get confused, they don't know what's going on. It will cause disease, it will cause ill health, and it will make us feel really bad. If it goes on for a long time, the implications can be really pretty horrific. So we need to stop this happening. We need to bring ourselves back to balance more often. We need to understand that the threats aren't there. We need to know what is a threat and what isn't a threat, and we need to allow ourselves time to bring ourselves back to balance so that our bodies aren't constantly producing these survival hormones, but can be allowed to produce healing hormones and chemicals that are really good for our body in the long term. Now, how do we do this? Here's how. Meditation. And meditation is just a brilliant way to do this. First of all, you can use it as prevention. If you meditate when you first get up in the morning and before you go to bed at night, then you will feel less stressed in general, because you will be meditating and producing happy hormones and chemicals that make you feel good. Now, this will last through your day. When you raise the energy in your body and you go into a higher vibration, it will last throughout your day. And so you simply won't let the little things that in the past would have affected you affect you anymore. You will feel less stressed. These chemicals and hormones and energy will keep you up in a really balanced, happy state of being. So meditation in the morning and the evening before you go to bed is crucial. Now, the reason to do it before bed is obviously because when we go to bed, we're going to now sleep for 8 hours or so. And if you go to bed stressed, if you go to bed thinking about all those things you've got to do in the morning or all those things that happened in the day, what's going to happen? You literally are that's going to go into your subconscious as you fall asleep. It's going to be staying there, getting more and more, and you're going to wake up feeling stressed, feeling like you have lots to do, and you haven't had a rest from that you haven't had a rest at all from that stress. It's actually just gone and implanted itself in your subconscious even more. So you're going to feel like it even more, and it's going to come out in ways you don't expect. You might think you're fine and then suddenly get angry on something. You might think you're fine and then suddenly get a headache or whatever it is. And it's all because you didn't stop those that stress response. You didn't manage to get in time. But like I said, if you do it before you go to bed, the meditation, then you will be able to prevent that and you will have a brilliant sleep. Now, also if you're stressed, of course, you will produce less melatonin, which means you won't sleep as well either, so you won't be getting your full sleep, which will only contribute to stress. So really important to do your meditation before you go to bed. And remember as well, in your meditation, when you're focusing on love and the angel around you, of course you're producing these hormones and chemicals that will help heal your body as well and help you feel amazing. Then when you wake up in the morning, you feel great. Do another meditation on intentions to start your day, and your day will just be fantastic, and the little things just won't bother you as much. I cannot speak highly enough of meditation, and it is for everyone. Every single person can do it. Some people may try it and they think, oh, I can't concentrate on my breathing. But do you know what? There's so many different kinds of meditation out there. Please do look at my other videos where I do lots of guided meditations and give you lots of tips on how to breathe and how to do shorter meditations, or how to meditate while you're in the woods, or whatever it is. There are so many different forms of meditation, and every single person can do it, and it will help you immensely. For focus, for clarity, for feeling amazing, for well-being, for physical and mental well-being, and of course to help you feel less stressed. And meditation. Now, alongside meditation comes gratitude practice. When we start our day being grateful for all the great things in our life, then we are setting momentum for that day. And again, the little things don't bother you as much because you will always come back to what you've been focusing on. Now, the key to gratitude practice is don't just say, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, I'm grateful for that, and think that's going to work. You've actually got to feel it. You've got to feel it inside. You have to focus upon what you've said. So if you say, I'm so grateful for my children, then focus upon your children for a moment. And think about their smiles, and think about their laughing, and think about them playing, and the cuddles you have with them, and the lovely, beautiful times when you're reading your books with them, and running, and playing, and swimming, and all this stuff. Really focus upon that. If you're grateful for your health, then just tune into your body for a moment, and just really listen to your body, and feel how well it feels right now. If you're grateful for the water you have to drink, then when you go and drink your water, as you're drinking it, say, gosh, this is so refreshing. This is just amazing that I can drink this water, etc., etc. So feel it, really feel that gratitude. Now, if you do that, it will stay with you for the rest of the day again, and you will just be amazing. Now, if a bigger stressor comes in, you can always do the gratitude practice there and then, and also do other techniques to bring you back into balance. So remember, if you watch all my some of my videos recently, you would have seen I've done one on a breathing technique that can really help bring you back into balance very, very quickly. Now, this is a great one. I will share it with you now anyway, just briefly. So if you suddenly feel like there's a big stressor coming and you don't want to do it then, by the way, don't deal with it then, okay, if you can help it. If something has come in and it's bothering you, do not try and analyze it on the spot, because you will be in the emotion of the response to it. You will have an emotional response, and if you try and analyze it there and then it won't be a clear analysis. It won't make things better. It will only make things worse. This has been proven in brain scans when they've seen when someone tries to analyze, it just makes it worse. So sometimes you just simply have to let an emotion go. You need to accept it's come. You need to acknowledge what's happened, but you need to just let it go. And when you meditate, actually, it tends to just disappear. So if it's something that you really need to sort out, something you need to work out, just put it into your meditation that evening once the emotion has gone, and then just deal with it then. Don't try and analyze too much. Just simply put it into your meditation and the answers will come. But if you are analyzing in a sense, if you're trying to work something out as an observer, you will see it in a different light, and it will be much, much better. So that's my big advice, is do not analyze whilst you're in the emotion, but wait until you're doing meditation later. Look back at the situation as an observer. And if you want to do it better the next day, or if you have something you're having to try and work out, just put it out there and see if the answers come. Give it a go like that. It will really help. But the exercise to bring you back into balance very, very quickly is just choose to breathe at different times. So breathe in for say 3. 1, 2. So breathe in for 3 and now breathe out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe in for 2. 1, 2. And breathe out for 3. 1, 2, 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in for a certain number and out for a different number, in for another number, out for a different number again. Now what this does is it allows your brain to really focus upon the counting as well as the breathing. The breathing is sending the signal to your body that you are safe, that you have time to breathe properly. So this is huge. So breathing will send that message to your body. I'm safe now. I don't need to be in the survival mode. I don't need to be stressed. And your body will respond to that. And also your mind has a chance to really focus on how many times, how many counts you're breathing in for and how many counts you're breathing out for. Just do this for 2 or 3 minutes and you will find that you feel much better and will be back into balance by the end of it. Now, there's sort of techniques to help you with your mind. Now remember, quite often it's the thoughts that cause the emotional response and cause us to feel stress. So if you feel that your thoughts are starting to go down a negative route, like, I can't believe I've got to pay this bill and anyway I don't have enough money and I don't do this and I don't, and it's starting to be that kind of response, a negative response, cut in. You need to cut in and you need to try and change those thoughts. And so the breathing exercise I just gave you will be for that as well. It will actually be able to help you change it. So if you feel you're going down negative thought process, just cut in and stop yourself thinking by doing the breathing exercise. Your brain will be engaged, your breathing will be sending that signal of calm, and by the end of the breathing exercise you can then say, right, I don't want to go there with my thoughts right now. You know, by the end of the day it won't be there anyway, because quite often it wasn't really a problem, it's just an emotional response to something that came in, and we will find a really clear way to deal with it and a positive way to deal with it. Remember, negativity never helps anything. So it's learning to cut in when those negative thoughts begin to come into your mind. You cut in and you stop the process. There's many ways to do this. Like I said, check out my other videos. There's one where it's the pause, you know, just pause for a moment as well. If you feel an emotional response as well, you can just tune into your body, tune in to where you're feeling the emotion. Is it in your tummy? If it is it tense? Are your fists tense? Are your shoulders up? Whatever it is, you can actually relax your body, and as you do so again, you're sending that signal, I'm okay. Just by relaxing, that's becoming aware of what your body's doing. And then you can say, okay, now I choose in which direction I want to move forward. I choose to pause. Just that pause, not letting the negative thought create an emotion and then go back to a really more negative thought to then another emotion. You're cutting the cycle. You're cutting in there before it goes back to the brain and back to the body with the emotion. You're stopping that process, thought, feeling, worse thought, worse feeling, worse thought, worse feeling. You're cutting in and you're stopping it by pausing. And in that pause, you get to choose. There's always a choice. You have a choice in every single moment, how you want to respond. To say to yourself then, I'm not doing this now. I'm just going to go back into calm, and I can do that later in my meditation. I can do that later as the observer. So that's a really great way as well to stop the stress, so to stop the thought process. Now just two more things. One as well is, you know, a lot of the stress will come from our thoughts and the way we're feeling. Of course, like I just said, they work together, and we can cut in and we can do many techniques to stop that, the meditation, the gratitude practice, the breathing, etc., and the mindfulness techniques. But also what we put into our bodies makes a massive difference to how we feel. So make sure that your nutrition is really up to stop that stress. If you're going off and you're just eating donuts and loads of sugar and you're tired, so you drink loads of coffee and then you go and, oh gosh, and then I'm going to have some wine now because I've had a really hard day, lots of what's going into your body is inflammatory, and of course that's going to put more stress on your body, and if your body is stressed, then you will feel more stress in your mind, so you will just feel stressed the next day. So try and start including anti-inflammatory things into your diet and reducing the inflammatory things. Now, inflammatory foods are things like wheat, so try to cut the sandwiches and try to introduce other things like have some rice, or you could have some lentil salad or some salads. Introduce other things that are really, really good for you and will raise your vibration as opposed to making you feel worse. Rather than having that donut, you know, you could get a bar that's just, you know, crushed fruit. You know, there's really lovely bars of pure goodness, you know, the date bars and things like that. You can make your own stuff like the energy balls as well, of course, and take it with you. But if you're out, just choose wisely on what you eat. Make sure as well that you cut the coffee, because one is fine. Come on, guys, I'm not here saying you can't do anything like that, but just cutting it will help. You shouldn't have too much, and introduce water instead. Water is crucial for our well-being. We are made up of so much water, and really, as we drink that water, just be grateful for everything you have in your life that's great, and you will feel amazing. The more water you drink, the more energy you will have, and of course that will create less stress. So do think about your diet and think about what you're eating. It will really, really help. And then one last thing, guys, is get out into nature. Everyone knows how beneficial nature is. We feel amazing when we're walking in the woods, when we're walking on a cliff and there's an amazing view and we're breathing in the fresh air, and we just feel so free. And it's been proven to be incredibly, incredibly beneficial to our well-being, for our mental health, and also, of course, for our physical health, to be outside and walking or running or cycling or whatever it is. So get out into nature, guys. Take it all in, appreciate what's out there, and that will also really help your stress levels. So guys, I really, really hope that this video helps you. Please do comment, and remember to subscribe to my channel if my videos are helping you. Do share with any friends as well. Remember to press the little bell icon for any notifications of all my new videos as well. And I am sending so much love. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.